Howdy. Here's to the end of 2022. We're going to do something a little different today. We are going to go over the top 5 of 6 categories for this year in the Steam Workshop. Well, the SE Workshop. We're going to go over scenarios, blueprints, in-game scripts, block mods, NPC mods, and script mods. And we should be culminating all of that at the end of the day with my version of the ball dropping. So, if you wouldn't mind going down, hitting that like and subscribe button, and then go head out and have a drink. Get a drink and a snack, because this will be kind of long. And we'll get started. Alright, so we've got in scenarios, top 5. Number 5 is Fleet Wars 1v1 by XX Fallen XX 133. Now, I did try to to play this and get a little bit of a recap and maybe some sort of screenshots or video, but I couldn't. There are some broken mods in it, and it won't load. But this is number 5 in the top 5 spot for scenarios. So, if they get a fix in there and those mods are fixed, replaced with something, I'd love to give it a try. Until then, let's go ahead and we'll check out number 4. We have Elijah's Easy Moon Fortress V3 by Little Xenomorph. Now, let's get into some recap on that, and we'll see exactly what it's about. Alright, we are loading Elijah's Easy Moon Fortress V3 by Little Xenomorph. It's got some nice preamble here explaining the whole scenario to you, and you'll notice that this is a reoccurring theme with all of these scenarios. They all say the format is out of date, but these are the top 5 for this year. So, all right, so we're loaded in, and you can see it's got all of the traditional spawn locations, but you're going to want to hit the HQ medical room. That's going to pop you into basically the traditional Earth Start, Easy Start base, or something similar to it. It's really a very solid Easy Start scenario. You're spawned into a complete base, got a little bit of damage that needs to be repaired. You've got a hangar there, some solar setups, a few ships that you can use to get started. Ships aren't all that great, but they work. You've got some salvageable crap around here. Sorry, scrap around here. And you've even got an ore detector over there to help you find the ores in the immediate area.
Inbound.
You've also got some towers here that are some defense for the space pirate bases that are located nearby, and to help protect you against the onslaught of meteors, which will help you to get some other resources that are kind of hard to come by. All in all, it's a pretty solid start. I'm rather happy with it. Rather like the way it turned out, and I'm looking forward to maybe trying this with my son, who hasn't played this game very much, but he's looking to get started. I think he'll enjoy it, and I think you will too. So, give it a shot. I will. All right, so that's a pretty cool scenario. I rather liked it, and I think I am going to enjoy that with my son. Now let's take a look at number 3. For number 3, we have Asteroidy 2015-0816 1051 by Jordan5652. And there is not much to the description here. So let's go check it out. Alright, so you can see here we're loading Asteroidy 2015. And there is no description information, so take that with a grain of salt. Start it up here. Gonna get the prompt. And yes, we want to load. Alright, so as you can see, you start off in the old yellow ship start, which is pretty nice, complete with med bay and everything you need to get started. Hop outside the ship here. You can see it's a rather plain, simple, easy start ship. And it starts you close to these asteroids here, which have been loaded with just about everything you're going to need to get started, complete with some uranium and some ice and some platinum, cobalt. Yeah, it's got pretty much everything. And yeah, it's a pretty good start for intermediate. You don't want to have to search forever to try and get the uranium that you might not run into, but you still want the challenge of starting in space with a few limited resources. So yeah, I would suggest giving it a shot if that fits your desired playstyle. And I think you can find probably some hours of joy out of this. So there you go. That is Asteroidy 2015. Alright, so that was Asteroidy. And that actually seemed like a pretty cool little start for somebody who wants a not too difficult time with a start, but wants a little bit of challenge in their gameplay. So, let's go ahead and we'll see what's on the board for the number 2 spot in scenarios. We've got Space is Dangerous MP Survival Start by Jersey. And we'll go in and we'll take a look at that and see exactly what that's all about, because I'm confused. Alright, so here we have Space is Dangerous MP Survival Start. And it's not showing the author here for some reason, but we'll get this going. Alright, so we spawn into this scenario inside of this cryopod. And air tightness is turned off. That seems to be a running theme for these scenarios. I imagine it shouldn't be too hard to turn that on, though. And a rather large space station staging area. There's no controls on the control panel, and this is what we get. It's just a staging area for atmospheric landers with a few minor ion thrusters on them. One of the ships seems to have a garage attached to it. Yeah, this must be for some multiplayer setup, but I don't get it. So, give it a shot. If you have any insight in this, a lot of people must have liked it because it is number 2 for the year. So, check it out. Maybe you'll like it. I do miss those Earth-like landers, so yeah. Good luck. Well, good luck indeed. I have no idea what's going on there, and I would love some insight on that. But let's move on to number 1 for scenarios. Let's see, we've got, if I can hit it there we go. Asteroids 2016 021100 by Inli June? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sorry if I'm not. So, let's go see what we've got for that one. Alright, we've got Asteroids 2016 021100 by June. No description here, but let's get it started. And, of course, we're going to click the OK. Alright, so we will start out in the medical room. And this looks like a variation of the old yellow ship. And it appears that oxygen is turned off. Let's see, is there a... I don't see an oxygen vent. Maybe air tightness is on and we don't know it. But you can see we start off in this asteroid, and coming outside the ship here we can see that in this asteroid, there is a lot of iron. There's also a lot of other ores around here. We've got some ores out here on these other asteroids. We've got a busted up station here that could be used for scrap. We've got another ship that can be used for scrap. A little bit of uranium. I'm sure there's ice and other ores as well. Looks like it might be nickel, and I'm not sure. But there seems to be all sorts of ores here. Everything you need to get started, which in my mind makes this a fairly good start, similar to Asteroidy. If you want a little bit of challenge getting going, but maybe you're not comfortable with spawning in space with nothing. So, a nice little help you out to get started, and then the standard challenges that come with floating around in space. Could be hours and hours of fun. It seems like some people have found it to be hours of fun because it is the #1 spot for the scenarios this year. And I'll be honest, this seems like a fairly good little start ship. So, give it a shot. I think you'll enjoy it. I can see how I would. And have fun. Well, that's the top 5 for scenarios for this year. And personally, I'm not disappointed. Well, I'm a bit confused by one. I'm a little disappointed in number 5. But, all in all, I think they're pretty good. I'm especially looking forward to doing the moon base one with my son. Let me know what your favorite was down in the comments. Now, let's go look at blueprints here. In blueprints for number 5, we have Laser Satellite Module by Pro 100 TV. And we're going to go take a look at that real quick and see exactly what it's all about. Okay, we're going to deploy the Laser Satellite Module. And you can see it comes as part of an entire portion of the rocket that they also have available on their workshop. Kind of a complete unit. We're just going to come down here to the deploy and we're going to hit start. And then we're going to marvel in the beauty of this deployment, because that is beautiful. It just sheds everything. Now, we're going to come in and we are going to connect to a satellite that I set up 150 meters away. There they are. We are going to set both of these to infinite because I set it up kind of far away, and we are going to paste our coordinates, and it's connected. Now, we can see that this only has about 10 hours left, and that's not really a good test, but it's a good place to start. I've seen this power as low as 4 hours left immediately after deployment. So if there's one critique I have is I'd like to see more solar panels on it. Other than that, it's a beautiful little satellite. It's got good station keeping built into it. Got the ability to remote in and adjust the angle and orientation. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I think you should give it a try. Maybe see if you can modify it to have it do a little bit more, a little bit better power management. But other than that, it's pretty cool looking. Just a really neat satellite that you can easily deploy. So, yeah, give it a shot. And let me know in the comments what you think of it. Well, of course, you know I'm partial to my laser satellites, but if you want to try theirs, I promise I won't be offended. They are pretty cool looking. Now, let's move on to number 4 in blueprints. We have Nautilus, a civilian exploration submarine by Yakidamoro? Yakidamoro? Anyways, I'm probably butchering that name. Let's see what it looks like. Alright, we're going to take a look at the Nautilus, civilian exploration submarine by Yakidamoro. And we've got it spawned in right here. I'm going to start by flying out onto the deck here and coming in on the top deck. Turn over to your left and you have a ladder that leads down to the main floor of this thing. Basic refinery, cargo container, hydrogen oxygen farm, a little bit of an armory. Hop on down one more level. You've got the main living area, complete with stove and bar. And down here, got a little quarters area. Rather neat little ship here. Looks like there might actually be a little bit more to explore here. But all in all, it's a rather tight little design. And I think it's rather cool looking. So, I would suggest giving this little ship a try and having a little bit of fun with it. Seems like there's plenty of fun to be had. So, yeah, give it a shot. I think you'll have a blast. Well, that was a pretty cool looking sub. And I may have to try that out myself. But for now, we are going to go to number 3 on the blueprints. We have NTC Pandemonium Bunker by Neuro Splash. Let's go and see what that's all about and see why it's made it to number 3 for the year. Okay, we've got the NTC Pandemonium Bunker. And this has just about everything. I would suggest giving it a look on the workshop and reading through everything before you download it and try it. And I do suggest you try it. It has way too much to go through in a short little blip, but it's got lots of hangar space. It's got crew quarters. It has command centers. It is amazing. And the architecture actually looks cool too. So, give this a shot. Check it out on the workshop, and I don't think that you will be disappointed. This seems to have everything you could possibly want in one gigantic package. So, give it a shot. I love it. I am sure you'll love it too. Well, after that glowing review, I'm not sure we have much hope for number 2. But let's cross our fingers and hope they prove us wrong. Number 2, we have XU1 Automated Mining Drone by Pro100 TV. Alright, let's go see what that's all about. Alright, we're going to take a look at this XU1 Automated Mining Drone from Pro100 TV. And seems to be working pretty good. We've got one set up right here using the instructions from the workshop page for this. And you can see it came out here, it dug this hole, and it returned. It's a rather nice, clean looking drone. Got good instructions in it. Nice camera placement. All in all, it seems to work pretty well. I have no complaints about it. And I think it's rather neat. It's running PAM, so it's working quite well. Remember to turn on in-game scripts and give this drone a try. Well, that is a pretty cool drone. Personally, I prefer different methods, but ham is always a great option, and that drone was actually pretty cool looking. So, let's go see what we've got for number 1 here. Number 1 in blueprints, we have Kagumi Space Whale. No mods, no DLC, no scripts by Eric's. And this is pretty cool. We're going to see if we can't get this to work on my computer, because it's pretty processor intense. Let's go see if we can give that a preview. Alright, we've got the Kagumi Space Whale here. No mods, no DLC, and no scripts by Eric's. And this thing is huge. Make sure that you turn off PCU limits and block limits before you spawn this, because you won't be able to otherwise. Give it a look. Right, we are going to send that far away from me because it's aggressive. Now we are going to actually turn on spectator cam. This is a beautiful beast. Very expertly done. It's got lots of beautiful detail. Everything moves. Very, very cool looking. See all of the hinges and joints that make this thing work. Spectacular build. If your PC can handle this, you should check it out. It is really cool to look at. Well, that whale is pretty cool. I can't believe just how many moving parts it has. You should check that out and give credit where credit's due. Go give that one a like and a subscribe, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. Now, let's move on to in-game scripts. For in-game scripts, at number 5 we have Easy Commands by Merlin of Mines. Now, I am not actually sure what this does, so we'll go check it out together. Alright, we're going to check out Easy Commands by Merlin of Mines. So, we're in this little dungeon. We've got a programmable block. We have loaded it up with the Merlin of Mines script. It's a pretty long script. Just going to find it in your scripts menu, hitting browse scripts and searching for it, and then we're going to load it. I've already got it loaded, so we're going to skip that part, and you're going to go to their website, because I would recommend going to their website. They have all of these great scripts already pre-set up, ready to go, and it gives you a nice overview of exactly what it does. So just come in here and go to their examples section and check out some of their examples. It'll help you to figure out exactly how it works. What you're going to do is you're going to come in and you're going to go into the custom data for your programmable block, and you're going to add this simple, easy to understand script. It seems to be written just using the same as like a batch file. Nice simple language. Going to name your stuff, and we've got this airlock door set up here. Now, so long as Space Engineers doesn't give me the business, we should be able to go out. Space Engineers is going to give me the business. I have been trying to get this to work properly for hours, but the airtightness is just not working for me today. Space Engineers is messing up, of course, but the script itself seems good, and it does make programming things really easy, real simple. I might just give it a try on some of my worlds. You should too. Go check it out. Well, what do you do about Clang? So, let's move on to the next, and we'll check out number 4 of in-game scripts. We have TCES Turret Control Enhancement Script by Whiplash 141. This one looks pretty cool. So let's head over there and we'll check it out. All right, so we are trying to look at this TCES, uh, and I just can't get the thing to work. It has good reviews. People have had good things to say about it. I can't make it work. So I would suggest going and checking it out for yourself. Maybe you'll have better luck than me. So, good luck. It looks like it could be fun if I could get it to work. And I'm sure it's something I'm doing wrong. I guess I'm an idiot. So, that's 0 for 2 in the scripts for me. Now, I don't know what to say. So, let's just move on to number 3. Alright, we have A-Lights. Ayo's Lighting Script by Vinny. Let's go check that out and we'll see exactly what that does. Alright, so now we're looking at the video from Vinny because I've been, batting 1,000 with the control scripts, and you can see this has got some pretty cool lighting techniques all set up using a programmable block and this script. So I don't know how to set any of this up. The script seems to make it rather simple, but I have no interest in failing yet again. So I would suggest you go check it out because he does some pretty cool lighting stuff with this, and it's actually pretty kick-ass, the things he's able to make happen. So go check it out, and make sure to hit that big thumbs up button when you do. Alright, so yeah, I wasn't going to mess with lights because this is as fancy as I get, and you don't see no flashing. I'm not a lighting expert. Never claimed to be. Never will be. But that does look pretty cool. I may actually have to change my mind and give it a try. So, move on to the next, and we will see what we have for number 2. We have Advanced Automatic Elevator Control Script by Veruz. I think it's Veruz. We're going to go with Veruz. So, go check that out. Alright, so right now we're looking at the AAECS Advanced Automatic Elevator Control Script by Veruz. Virus. I'm not sure how they want that pronounced, but it's actually a really good script. And they've got this great tutorial on how to set it up. And when you look at the Steam page, there's actually a lot of communication, recent communication going on with the Steam page. And so people have this working, they're using it, and they're loving it. I don't really use elevators too much in my builds, but if I decide that I'm going to, I will be using this. It just seems to make sense. So, go check it out. Give it a subscribe and a thumbs up. Alright, so yeah, that is a pretty cool elevator script. Full disclosure, I couldn't get it working. I asked in chat what I was doing wrong, but I couldn't give it much time because I had to move on with making this video. I'm sure I'll get a response, and later on, I will probably do something more in depth because elevators are really cool. Now, let's move on to the next and final in-game scripts. Meant to hit V. Okay, we have, where is it at? There it is. There we go. We have Tree Menu Command Net by Churkin. Churkin? I'm not sure how to pronounce that properly. So, let's move on and we will take a look at that. And full disclosure, I have no idea what this does. So, we're going to find out together. Alright, I will be completely honest. This script is way above my pay grade. And I'm going to have to spend hours trying to figure out exactly what commands need to go in this. to make something functional and then build a ship that could actually use the commands. So I won't be able to do a little walkthrough of it. But going through this, I mean, it's got a really nice menu command. It's a net framework, and it can work between grids. It can work remotely, making a different grid do things. This is an amazing script that I'm going to play with, but I don't have time to play with for this. So I would recommend going over, and if you're at all interested in using a menu framework for your builds for a little bit nicer control systems, because it gives you some really nice control systems. If we come up here, you can see in their video here that they are actually going through and they are choosing menu options with a mouse. That is just amazing. And he goes through in the other video and he shows a nice setup of it. He adds the controls for the projector on the other ship. And then he flies over to this ship, pulls up the menu, and you can see he's just going to go through and he's going to adjust the position of the projection on the other ship from this ship remotely using these controls. This is an amazing script, and you should check it out. I just don't have time to do a good, thorough presentation that this would deserve. So go check it out. I am going to be playing with this, and if you're at all interested in this kind of stuff, you should check it out too. This tree menu command net is amazing. Great work by Churkin. All right, so yes, that script looks awesome. I am really looking forward to going and playing with that and having some fun, because those controls look fun. It looks like it could really add some really unique stuff to a ship build or a base build. So let's move on, because we're at the halfway point and we got to get done before midnight, and we're behind schedule. So number 5 for block mods, we have MA Plasma Reactor by Otto McDonough. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ash Like Snow, Eric's Cami, and Chipsticks 213. Let's go see what this reactor actually looks like. Alright, we're here looking at the Plasma Reactor mod. You can see it already. I mean, it's got these beautiful conduits that are its own conveyor system for piping the plasma around from the various machines. So you're going to have to run those through your ship. It's got the plasma generator, the plasma tank, and the plasma reactor. And these models are absolutely beautiful. I think that this reactor here would look perfect as a ship's engineering quarters. I mean, look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I think you could have lots of fun fitting this into a build. Well, many different builds. And it does seem to have some other mechanics. So go check it out and show the development team some love by giving them a thumbs up and a follow. Well, that mod was really cool. I especially love the purple conduits. Those would look neat as a detail in just about any build. Alright, let's move on to the next. And we've got, at number 4, Small Grid Expansion by Enra and Eric's Cami. I hope I'm pronouncing those names right. This one is actually really cool, and I think you'll like it. Alright, for this one we're actually in my survival world that I've been playing in, where all my videos are at. And this is the Small Grid Expansion, a quality of life mod. And this right here, this block is the basic refinery, the basic assembler, and right here we have the jump drive for small grid, and a gravity generator for small grid. They are, of course, weaker because, you know, they're basics and they're small grid. And it also gives you something else that's really cool. Wait for this door to cycle, and then I'll show you the last block they have. All right, here it is. This is the small grid, small connector block. And I love this block. It is just basically a hitch or a small charging plug. It's beautiful. I use it. Well, I've used it in several places. I absolutely love it. You should definitely check out this mod because it's not as overpowered as most of the small grid expansion packs are. So, I think you'll love it. Give it a shot, and on to the next. Alright, so, in case you couldn't tell, I love that mod. Now, let's move on to the next one. Number 3 in our list. We have Hills Button Sci-Fi Pictures White English by Scorpion. I do believe they also have a German version of this. So, let's go see what those look like. Alright, we are back in this world, and we're going to take a look at the Hills Sci-Fi Button Sci-Fi Pictures mod. There, got it out. And basically, I have it loaded here, cycling through a bunch of them. They're just some really nice images and icons that you can use for any of your button displays. They just make perfect sense, and they've got everything you're going to need. I should have a picture of their legend from their Steam page up on the screen right now, and you should be able to see a lot of icons there. There's tons and tons of icons, just about everything you'll want. Yeah, you should go check it out if you like to have nice detailed icons for your buttons, because they're pretty slick. Very well done. I don't know about you, but I love those icons, and I'm going to start using those. I was not aware that they even existed. Those are beautiful. So, let's move on here, and we will see what number 2 is for block mods. Ceiling Mount Flight Seat by Crundle. Okay, I've seen this one. I think it's pretty cool. Let's go get a better look at it. Alright, we're in here to take a look at the Ceiling Mount Flight Seat from Crundle. And this is actually a very beautifully done cockpit. You can see my character there sitting in it. It mounts up with what looks like a piston top used for the ceiling mount, which I think was a great choice, especially with that ball there, that ball joint. The model is just absolutely wonderful, and you can see you've got the controls and the LCD displays built in there. It's a beautifully done cockpit, and I don't know if I'm going to start using this, because I don't know how this would fit with with most of my designs, but I can see several use cases where other people would love this, and it just fits with a lot of different sci-fi plans. Very well done, very nicely modeled. Yeah, I think it's beautiful. You should check it out, because yeah, it's got great potential. Alright, now that is a beautiful cockpit. I absolutely love it. And I'm ashamed to say that it doesn't fit my build style. I'm sure there are far better builders than me out there who could find a beautiful spot for that to fit, and I'm going to look forward to finding a ship on the workshop that uses it to its fullest potential. Now, let's move on to number 1 for block mods, if I can hit it. We have Elite Dangerous Style Jump Effect by Valakai. And that is actually a really cool effect. So, let's go check that out and see what it looks like. Alright, we are looking at the Elite Dangerous Style Jump Effect by Valakai. And this is really cool, but there's nothing I can do that will do better than the little video he's got here. So, let's take a look at this, and you can see the great graphics. And this sound is part of that mod. It's got awesome sound effects to it. Yeah, that boom as you explode out the other end of your jump. Absolutely love this. Check it out. I think I'm going to add it into my world. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Give this mod author some love. He deserves it. Well, that was a beautiful mod to round off the block mods. Now, let's move on to NPC mods. So, what have we got for number 5 in NPC mods? We have Assertive Bunkers by Pav and Splitsy. Let's go see what we can find out about that one. Alright, we are here looking at Assertive Bunkers. We'll see that we have one right over here. We're going to fly over there and take a look inside it. Alright, well, it's a little early, but you can see it's shooting at us, and it's actually would be doing quite a bit of damage, but I'm in creative mode, so I can actually look at this. Not much to see above ground. But these are supposed to have things underneath, too. They are rather aggressive. Alright, so once we get broke in, we see this. And there's really not much to this. But supposedly there's a lot better bunkers down here that can spawn. So we're going to have to try this probably in a different world. More long term. Because this looks like it has great potential. It's a development of assertive installations, and as you can see, they are rather aggressive. So it should be pretty fun. I think that one might actually be out of ammo after shooting at me so much. Anyways, yeah, I'd give it a try. I've yet to see anything from Splitsy that isn't good, and he had a hand in this. So, we'll give it a shot, show the creators some love. I think you'll be happy. Well, I think that Pav and Splitsy probably nailed it with that one, so you should go check it out. It seems pretty good. Let's see what we have for number 4 in NPC mods. We have Populated Worlds Creature AI Enabled NPCs by Ryuki. Alright, let's go see what that's all about. And, yeah, I haven't looked into it, so we'll find out together. Alright, we're looking at the Populated Worlds Creatures AI Enabled NPCs mod. And I don't know how I'm going to show this, or if I can show it anyway. Basically, what it does is it makes the vanilla NPC wolves and spiders into AI enabled NPCs. It performs better, so should be nice. There's also a threat system. Yeah, it's AI enabled. Wolves won't harm players, but cyberhounds will. Spiders will spawn in various biomes of their home world, making them a bit more camouflaged. I mean, it's pretty legit, and I'm looking forward to trying it. I'm probably going to enable this on my vanilla playthrough that I'm doing. Well, not vanilla, on my Space Engineers playthrough that I'm doing, because this ought to be pretty fun. I may actually add some other creature mods to it as well. So yeah, I would suggest give this a shot and show the creator some love, because Ryuki did a bang up job here. Alright, yeah, that looks like it's going to be pretty cool to have that in here with the AI enabled, managing all of the vanilla NPCs. That seems like it's going to really up the game and make it more interesting. So, take a look now at number 3 for NPC mods. We have Hostile Takeover by Thraxis. Alright, let's go see what that's all about. Alright, we are looking at Hostile Takeover by Thraxis, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Anyways, this mod actually gives a nice takeover mechanic for enemy NPC ships and the like. So you go up, and as you approach it and switch to your grinder, it will actually highlight what blocks you have to take over in order to take over this ship. And there's different tiers. So you'll take out the remote control of the cockpit or whichever the case may be. And then once you're done with that, it will then come up and it will show that you still need to do like medical bays. And then after you're done with like medical bays, cryopods, it'll switch to showing you weapons, and you have to take them out. You have to take out each of the different categories of enemy controlled blocks to take over the ship. And once you do, everything on the ship becomes yours. So the cargo containers and machinery on the ship and thrusters, they all become your blocks. So you have complete control after that, and you can just build a cockpit and the ship is yours. It's kind of a neat mechanic. I think I might actually include this because it makes it in some ways a little bit easier to take over ships, and in other ways a bit more of a challenge. It's rather interesting, and I rather like it. Go show Thraxis some love. Subscribe to this and hit the thumbs up. You won't regret it. Alright, so yeah, that's actually one of the best hostile mob takeovers I've seen as far as the mechanics work. So I'm probably going to incorporate that into my next hostile playthrough. Let's move on and we'll see what's coming up next as we look at number 2 for NPC mods. We have Infestation Enabled by Patrick. Alright, so let's go check this out and we'll see exactly what this looks like. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some footage of it. We're looking at Infestation Enabled, and I have been trying to find just one NPC structure that was infested. There's a 1 in 5 chance of actually finding one, and I have not been lucky. So, let's go over what it actually does. It will 1 in 5 chance spawn spiders in the vents and the ductwork of and the containers of an NPC ship, and they will attack you, they will attack the ship, and it's all in all a bad time. So I haven't used this mod, but it sounds epic and it's got really good reviews, so I plan on installing it into some of my games in the future. But I can't show any footage right now because 20% chance is not all that great for me trying to get a video shot. Go give it a shot. A lot of people love it, and Patrick has done some great work on almost everything I've seen from him. This is, I'm sure, no exception. Go show some love and check it out. I'm sure you won't regret it. Well, actually, you might, because that's what it's designed for. Alright, so yeah, Infestation Enabled looks pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to trying it on, I don't know, I probably put it in on one of my games soon. This looks like a lot of fun. Alright, let's move on to number 1 from NPC mods, and we have Crew Enabled by Patrick, proving that I've never seen anything bad from this guy. Now, let's go check this out, because I'm sure we won't be disappointed. Alright, so we are actually up here, and we are looking at NPCs enabled, and I'm cheating and turning that off. You can see the NPC there. If it wasn't for the blocks that are misshapen, yeah, and she's just attacking me. This is another mod that is just a home run by Patrick. It populates the enemy, well, and all NPC ships and bases with NPC characters that will, interact with you. So I would go give this a shot. It adds a whole new dynamic that is definitely worth a look. Go give it a shot. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It just adds so much to the game. Alright, I was doing a little bit more exploring, and I see that it actually adds crew to the small grid ships as well. You can see I just bumped that out of there. And it's a robot crew member. Over here, we've got another robot crew member.
Fuel critical.
So yeah, this is pretty cool. Obviously, it doesn't add it to all of them. There's a few here without any NPCs in it, but this is pretty cool. I actually really like this mechanic, and I can't wait to try it out some more. Well, Patrick seems to be the clear the clear victor in that category. That was really a cool mod, and we'll be adding that. Now, let's move on and we will look at number 5 in script mods. We have the Grenade mod by JTerp. And this seems like it might be a bit of fun, so let's go give it a shot and we'll find out. Alright, we are going to be looking at the Grenade mod. And this gives you 2 different grenades. It gives you the Mach 2 hand grenade and the plasma grenade. Got them both down here on the bar. We're just going to try throwing some and see what happens. Alright, and let's throw the... Ooh, and that sticks to it. Alright, now that's kind of cool. See what it does to the door. Ooh, that did some damage. That's pretty cool. Alright, this one is definitely a win. I really like these hand grenades. Although it would be nice if you could just select that and then click on it later. So like hit one and then just hit the mouse click like you're using a gun. But this is pretty slick. I like it. You should go check this out. Show the developers some love, because JTerp and I believe it's Chipsticks nailed it on this one. The animation seems pretty cool, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. Alright, those grenades are a really strong start for script mods. Let's see if we can continue that kind of energy with cool stuff happening in this category. Moving on to number 4, we have Rotate Skybox with Sun by Digi. Sounds like it might be kind of neat, so let's go check that out, and we'll see just how cool that looks. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing the night sky move. Alright, we are looking at Rotate Skybox with Sun by Digi. And I really like this. I like this a lot more than I thought I would. It just adds a level of immersion that I've never experienced before in this game. So I think you should go check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And I think I'm going to be adding this to my current playthrough for my current video series. Go check it out. Give Digi some love. You won't be disappointed. This is just slick. Alright, so that was actually way cooler than I thought it would be. And I'm looking forward to adding it to my current game. So, let's move on to the next one. We'll see what we have here for number 3 in script mods. We have Display Cases by Valakay and Tux. Alright, let's go give that a look, and we will see exactly what these display cases look like and how they work. Alright, we are looking at Display Cases by Valakay and Tux, and these are really slick. I actually really like these. And they do work with mods, other mods. You can see this one's holding the starting rifle. This one is holding a chunk of meat from Eat, Drink, Sleep, or Plant and Cook. I'm not sure which it actually comes from. This one's holding a burger from the Plant and Cook mod. This one is holding a artillery shell, I believe? No, 200mm mortar round. This one's holding a computer. And the way it works is you just click on this, you add your item to it, and you can see it floating there. Now, there are some minor problems. Like you can see the actual gun sticking out of the display case there. But, all in all, as long as you put the items into the proper case, it looks like it'll be just fine. We'll move over here to this case, we'll throw that in there. And it's not sticking out as much, so we can come into the control panel here and we can just... Oh, I don't want the blink interval. We can change the pitch here and the yaw. The roll a little bit too. And You can kind of get that one positioned so it's actually sitting in the case. So you got two different cases to choose from. They work with all sorts of items, so it shouldn't be any kind of problem. And they have their own lighting, which is controlled just like any other light. So, yeah, give this a shot. I think you'll actually enjoy it because, let me tell you, that's kind of neat to walk in here and see a cheeseburger floating in a display case. I'm more amused by this than I expected to be, by a long shot. Alright, so I absolutely love those display cases. The models are pristine and gorgeous. The lighting changes is a really nice touch. Absolutely love that feature. You should go check them out. Alright, now let's move on to number 2 in the scripts mod category. We have Cargo Scanner by Patrick. Alright, so I think this one's going to be pretty epic. So let's go check it out and see exactly what Patrick has for us in this one. Alright, we're here to take a look at the Cargo Scanner mod. And we'll just take a look here and we'll look at the Cargo Scanner. This gives you this block and you can change the sensitivity, which also changes the scan radius. You can scan up to 3 kilometers, but the accuracy is only going to be about 65%. Or you can scan close, 500 meters, and the accuracy is going to be much better. Let's turn this down and we'll hit scan. And what we're going to see is when it's done, it'll pop up in the custom data here. So the custom data here, you can actually see the heavy transport over there has 100,000 platinum ingots on it, which I know because I put it there. Now we can come in here and we can change the sensitivity up to 10, and it will only go 500 meters, which is why we're close to that ship. But the accuracy is at 99%, so we'll scan it again. Alright, now that the scanning's done, look in the custom data again, and you can see that it's also got enriched uranium ingots on it. So we got platinum ingots and enriched uranium ingots on it. I'd say that's pretty good. I think this is a pretty cool mod and a pretty cool block. It is just using the beacon. Let me just get out here and I'll show you. It's just using the beacon model. Even still says beacon on the side here, but the function is what I care about most. You can bury this block in your ship. Well, I think you can. I would say it's definitely worth giving a shot. The only problem I do have with it is, for me, the script doesn't work. This is supposed to have a script to it so you can actually come in and it will display on the screen the information that's in the custom data for the scanner. But I mean, that's a pretty minor thing. It still tells you whether it's even worthwhile to go board that ship and loot it before you have to get out of your ship. So yeah, I would say this is definitely worth a look. If you're on a salvage server or doing a salvage playthrough, this is definitely going to be worth it. You should give it a shot. Alright, yeah, that's a pretty cool mod. I love the functionality. So, go give it a shot. Let's see what we've got for number 1 here. First place in script mods is going to be the Radio Spectrometry mod by Drago Corvin. And this one is actually very cool. I'm using this one on my playthrough right now. So let's jump over to some footage of that. Alright, we're going to take a look at the Radio Spectrometry mod. And the way this works is you just put the ore detector on your ship facing nose out. And whatever asteroid you're pointing at, it will read it. And it gives you this readout here. And you're just going to look at this readout, which comes from choosing a script, radio spectrometry script, on your LCD screen. And then you just line up these peaks with these dashes. And where you see a dash line up, you can see that we have stone. We might have platinum and nickel. It's a really slick mod, and you should definitely give it a try. Alright, so yeah, I absolutely love the radio spectrometry mod, and I think you should definitely check that out because it's pretty epic. Now, we got about 15 seconds, so let's come over here, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Alright. Now, I think that's going to have to be it for me tonight. But, as an update, the Advanced Automatic Elevator script has an update coming out. Varuz just mentioned it in his comments. So maybe that'll fix the issues I was having. And you should definitely go check that script out. It is sweet. Now, I hope everybody has a better 2023 than they did a 2022. And, yeah, let's see what Keen and Clang have in store for us next year. Because they're making some pretty big moves that look pretty slick. Now, that's it for me. I'm going to go to bed because I'm tired. Y'all have a great night.